Hello Aries, welcome. This is your October reading. This is a general reading. I'll do a love reading here after that for this new moon that's coming in on to Libra here shortly. But for now, we're going to focus on the month of October for you, Aries. So the messages will resonate for whoever needs to hear them. Sometimes the message is for you, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you might hear something that feels right. Take only what works, leave what does not. Check your own sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs and see if maybe you can find some answers in those readings as well. All right, so let's get going, Aries. For this month of October, I don't know where you are, where I am. It's absolutely a beautiful energy around for the weather. It's really fall. It's feeling really good. And, we're pulling on our jackets and our sweaters around here. So, dear Aries, what messages do you have for this fall season, this month of October? For all of our Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, what messages do you have, dear universe, for our Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? So what I'm going to do, Aries, is I'm just going to go ahead and lay out the cards for you, and then we'll see what it is and see how the reading goes. A lot of times messages start to come through, and I'm looking at other decks that might want to be used for clarification. So let's see where this reading goes for you. All right, one more shuffle for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, dear universe, for the month of October. Messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Aries. So I'm doing what's called the flying bird spread. That one flipped around. This spread I really enjoy because it almost gives you an in-depth look at really the situations that you are really ultimately dealing with at the moment. So I see, Aries, that we begin first by you needing a healing. Okay, so let's start there. There's you've been feeling really stuck and trapped in a situation, and you've been going along and going along. I do see that this is about a relationship because we do have this Lovers reversed here. So when it comes to your relationship, I feel like this relationship that you've been in has been really weighing on you. It's been more of a burden than actually something that should be enjoyable. I do see that you've been going along, but you honestly don't really talk to each other well, or maybe talk to each other well is not the right word. It's like you guys don't agree on a lot of issues, and I do find here with this card of Beyond Illusion that for some of you, you can't predict how things are going to be and how you want things to be. So Beyond Illusion, a lot of times it's like it's really out of your hands what's really going on. So I feel like there's a real spiritual essence that's surrounding you and this relationship that you are involved in. Now I do see you going step by step. You're trying really hard to make the right move so that you will ultimately have complete success in your situation. See, these two cards with this card of healing as your base, it's like you know what you need to do, Aries. For some of you, there's some bad habits that you no longer can pretend are not affecting your everyday life. I think it's one of these things that could be keeping you from moving forward and having the success that you've truly been in your heart. Your inner voice has been talking to you and you're not paying attention, you're not listening. But I do feel like there's some real divine intervention coming towards you. It's not here yet, because you're after success, on whatever level that means to you, Aries. You are after success, but you can't think it's just going to show up. Okay, you have to walk towards it. You have to take the actions and follow through on things in order to make things happen. And it's almost like you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't always do it. So let's see what else these cards have to say for you. See, and again, it comes out this card of laziness. Okay, so it's reversed. So with this card reversed, because it really wants to talk about, I feel like this is your problem. Do you see all that, the broken mirrors and glass coming down on you? You know, and this man, he's sitting back and he's having a drink, a cocktail. You know, like there's not a care in the world. But I think at this point, Aries, you're in a position where you need to really look at what's holding you back, and keeping you so trapped and stuck. And I feel like for many of you, this can be like an addiction. This can be this relationship that we see here, something that you really love, has turned into more of a problem than actually being something good for you. So yeah, you need to look at whatever it is that's making you not do your work, not be 100%, not really wanting to listen to your intuition. What else do we have for our Aries? See, once you do that, all the stress that you've been going through. So I feel like this is somebody with a really bad habit. Maybe you have a drug problem, a drinking problem, maybe you have a gambling problem. But I feel like this problem is what's causing all your stress. But you don't want to face that, you know, because that would require you letting go of something that I think ultimately will be what you need in order to find this healing. So you're hanging on to something, Aries, and you got to let it go. And you got to trust that if you go step by step, it's going to be okay. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, clear the veil. Ooh, so many cards. I'm not going to take that packet. I just feel like that jumped out without me really wanting to know what it is. So let's see, what cards do you have for our Aries? A little clarity on this reading. So there's something you're doing that is keeping you from your happiness, Aries. It's just really, it keeps coming up. And it's something that you are unwilling to let go of. And like I say, this is one of these, it's giving you a lot of instability and you're feeling very unstable. And you don't want to really face the reasons of where all of your stress is coming from. Some of you may need to start looking in another venue. Like think outside of the box. You know, start doing things that, you know, maybe find a different approach to how to handle your situation. Because this is something that you are refusing to face. You know, here was this burden. I mean, this guy, he's pointing to what you are not doing. Like, what are you doing? Are you hanging out, drinking, partying, pretending that that the rest of the world doesn't exist? I feel like there's some of that is going on with you. So whatever this issue is that you are not willing to let go of, it's keeping you in a really dark place, and it's keeping you from like really being whole and feeling good about yourself. Because this Aries, remember this reading is for whoever needs to hear it. This Aries is feeling really bad, and I feel like you're a little lost. I do pick up like you're a little lost. Some of you may even be pregnant. But I just feel like you're trying to make life happen in a world that is not supporting what you really want. Does that make any sense to you, Aries? You know, so for instance, you know, you're working down at the little coffee shop. And then from the coffee shop, you go and you run down to Walmart. And now you have to, you know, pull your shift at Walmart. I mean, you're doing things that are not supporting you that make you happy. When if, you know, it's like you're settling. It's like, well, I'm just going to keep going, and I can get tips from the coffee shop, and then my paycheck, maybe it'll make it, maybe it won't. You know, it's like you're not dealing with the reality of your life of, you know, maybe what you need to do is find that one thing that truly supports you, that one thing that really makes you feel good, that one thing that will help you be happy. You know, maybe this relationship has stressed you out because, you know, you're not somebody's doing all the work and the other person isn't. You know, but you're not listening. You definitely are not listening to your inner voice when it talks to you. Instead, you're just kind of going along. It's like, I feel like you're going through the motions. And again, there is something you're not willing to let go of. Something that you think makes you happy, and it really ultimately does not make you happy. And it doesn't take care of all the stress, all of the responsibilities. You know, you still have to pay rent. You still have to, you know, have car insurance. You still need to put gas in your tank. You need to eat. You know, all of these things. It's like your inner voice is trying to tell you what you need to do in order to make things happy and easier for you, but I don't feel like you're listening. You know, because you're not willing to let go of something, whatever this is. You know, whatever you are hanging on to. But it's, you know, it's only going to get worse before it gets better, because I just keep seeing like everything is like really coming in on top of you. But until you let it go, you know, things aren't going to turn around. And I feel like you have to make this decision. You know, this is about you breaking out of something from the past that's helped. See, you're not facing your pain. You know, I feel like there's an escapism going on with you right now, Aries. Here, this card of the Master, this is about you not wanting to let something go. And whatever this issue is that you're not wanting to let go, it's what's keeping you really trapped and from your happiness. So you can go along all you want and float along, but, you know, it's not going to bring you to where you really, truly want to be in your heart. Because I think there's a whole other life that's like stewing inside of you that you want to manifest. One that you think will make you happy. But I feel like, you know, maybe this is one of those that you're afraid to make this journey because it may require making a decision that sends you in a direction where you're all alone. And it's going to take a lot of courage to make some of these changes. Because whatever this is that you are not wanting to let go is what will come up this month. And that's what you're going to have to face. And your inner voice, this is like the High Priestess, this card of the High. It's going to come out, everything. So if you're secretly going to the bar, that people are going to find out. If you are secretly sneaking behind the building to take a smoke when you shouldn't be taking a smoke because you told everybody that you quit smoking, that's going to come out. So I feel like, you know, you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught and you're going to have to face it. And your inner voice keeps telling you what you need to be doing and you're not paying attention to it. So let's get another deck to clarify. Yeah, so you're fighting with yourself. See, you're not happy. So something has to come to an end, you know, and then you'll start to feel good and you'll feel like you actually belong and you can start to mesh with people. But it's almost like, you know, Aries, you don't even want to deal with people. You're in your own little world. It's like, well, you know, if I go over here and I'm hanging with these people who don't know anybody who I know, maybe everything will be good. I'm getting that kind of a storyline for you. So Aries, here you come out reversed right at the get-go. And again, the sun is reversed, you know, because you want to remain, you want to do what you want to do regardless of what's going on. Now, this Nine of Pentacles is also a card of being very independent, being very single. So if you are in a relationship, I do think that you pretending everything is well in a relationship when it isn't is something that you may want to address, because I do feel like you would be happier on your own, you know, but there's history between you and this person, real history. So you've got to work with that as well. And again, we have the High Priestess reversed. So I feel like your intuition is showing you and telling you what to do. And here, below that, the Four of Wands. This relationship, you need to make a decision about this relationship. Maybe you are the King of Wands reversed, where on the outside you come across like, oh yeah, everything is really great. Look at me, I've got myself, I'm completely in control. I look good, I smell good. You know, work is going good, but inside there's this real turmoil that's brewing inside of you. So pay attention to your dreams, Aries. I've always felt that, and I've always said it, that you, the Aries, you have an incredible gift of the dream world. Yeah. So again, look what came out. We've got the Devil with the Nine of Pentacles with the Fool reversed. So I feel like what you're after really is true independence. I feel like you want success, you want, you know, you want to feel good, you want to love your work, you want to love everything that's going on around you. You're okay on your own. Yet there is this energy around you that is so toxic, that's keeping you from making the right decisions, from making the good moves. And again, I pick it up as it being some kind of, an addiction. And look, we could be addicted to our thoughts. We can be addicted to how we think things should be. Maybe your box that you live in doesn't fit you anymore, and it's time for you to find a new box. But in order to do that, you need to take care of what it is that puts you in this little box to begin with, which is whatever it is you are not wanting to let go of. Whatever it is that's keeping you from getting up and doing what you need to do in order to make your life what it is. So I think this is going to be a very transformative month for you, Aries. I think you're going to be really having to face your demons on a lot of levels. You don't reinvent the wheel. You want a new direction. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again, because it's not getting you where you need to go. Because you want to be stable, you want to be independent, you want to stand on your own ground. So this addiction, this toxic energy, and this is very self-imposed. You created this, Aries. So now it's up to you to make the decision, to listen to your inner voice, to leave it alone. So that's what I've got for you, Aries, for this month of October. I hope this resonated to whoever it need to hear it. Blessed be, and stay tuned to my other readings that I'll do throughout the month, and maybe it'll help you along. If not, contact me, and I'd be happy to do a private reading for you and try to get some clarity for what's going on in your situation. But I do see that in a nice high note. I do think that when you finally do make the decision to accept this healing that is rightfully yours, things will turn around quickly. All right, so with that, I'm going to end this reading, Aries. Until the next one, blessed be. Bye now.